Hi, Brian.
Yeah, is this yeah?
Hey, can you see me okay?
I can't see you, but I can hear you.
Okay, let me see if I can pull up my video. Do you know how to do that? Start video. There we go.
Yep.
Okay, you see me. I see you. Perfect.
I'm good.
Good, how are you?
I'm good.
You doing good? Okay, good.
Yeah, I'm not. I think Karen is a part of my team. She seemed to be really nervous, and I'm just like, why? You have a hop up on it more than some people, so
Oh, nervous on the video, being on video?
I don't know what her problem is, because sometimes she is on video, and sometimes she isn't.
Oh, gotcha. Now, does this work where you'll see everybody up on your screen? You would see people that were on video? Is that how this works?
Yeah, I mean, if you have the right settings, you can, like, it'll throw them all up at the same time, but otherwise it pretty much switches to whoever speaks. It's a instance of speaking, and then they flash up on the screen.
Okay. I've never done this before, so this is going to be interesting. Trial run. So where do you live at, Brian?
Evansville, Indiana.
Indiana. Okay. I'm in Colorado now. I was in Tennessee, but now I'm in Colorado. How's the weather there?
41 degrees. I mean, it's fair, I think.
Good, 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 good. Yeah, we have some snow going on. I think we have a storm coming in. We had a blizzard a couple days ago. But it's pretty nice here. Stays cool. Sun's out, sunny.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for inviting me as a guest speaker. I appreciate it.
Oh, it's very much our pleasure. Get some more people in here. Hello. Hi. Everybody's here.
Can you hear me?
Yep, I can see you too.
I know, I got the video on today. I'm trying to be professional.
Who, me?
We're getting everybody's plopping on here.
Are you gonna have a lot of people?
I don't know. I thought everybody come. I'll work it out. We can hold 100, and so I'm letting that happen.
Uh-oh, we lost Karen.
Mm-mm. I'm here.
Oh, your video just dropped out, I guess.
Oh, am I back?
Yeah, there you are. I don't see Brian, though.
Me
Because I'm
neither.
not talking.
Oh, okay.
Hey guys.
Hi.
Hello. Oh, who was that?
It was Christina.
Well,
Mm.
there's a lot of
Hey,
people.
stranger.
Hey.
How you been doing?
All right. Working at Starbucks right now, so
That's fun.
yeah.
Are you being careful?
Yeah, only thing that's open is our drive-through.
Oh, okay.
So I've pretty much just been making drinks.
Yes, wasn't Starbucks one of the first places to close the inside?
I'm not sure. We closed the inside yesterday, 2 days ago.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
And where are you located?
Charleston, South Carolina.
Oh, I love Charleston.
Yeah.
They have a lot of good restaurants up here.
Yeah, my brother-in-law used to live down there. So we've been down there. We went down there times, which was very nice. We went all over the place. I love what are they? Are they the rainbow houses or the houses that
Yeah.
are
Mhm.
pastel colors? Yeah, it's very nice.
I would have been in that area today if it wasn't for our meeting. We go pick up
Why were you coming to Charleston?
somewhere close there. I think it might have been Charleston's halfway, and we're gonna pick up my cousin. So my parents went without me.
Oh,
dear.
okay. Well, if anybody ever comes up this way.
Oh yeah, probably go back up there in a couple of weeks to take her back.
Yeah.
I was in Virginia, but we were meeting halfway.
Oh, okay.
Hi.
Emily.
How are ya?
She's chewing.
Oh, okay.
hello.
Hi.
It's nice to see you, Karen.
Oh, you too.
And
How
everyone.
you doing? How you doing?
Good. Isolated but good.
Yes.
I got my sanitizer. What are you doing, Akasha? Yeah, I can't play now, baby girl.
Is Natasha the dog?
No, Akasha.
Oh, Kasha. Okay, thank you.
No, with the A. Like from a.
Where's the pool?
There for her.
There's my pool. What happened?
Cute.
What just happened? Let's say hi. Say hi, everyone, Lola.
Hi, Lola.
Oh, okay.
Lola.
Hi.
This is
Yeah.
Emily.
We can hear you now.
Aw.
She's a cute dog, too. You didn't name her after that song Lola, did you?
Do what?
Name her after that song Lola?
Oh no, she was already named when we got her from the shelter.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know that song Lola looks like a woman, talks like a man?
Yeah, we sing that song all the time.
Yeah, it's a good song. I like it.
My Lord, you guys.
It's her theme song.
Oh, no. Okay.
My ring, there is motion at my front door. Mm.
You got it open.
Heard someone say mommy. Is there someone else on the call?
Hello,
Hello.
can you hear me? I can't get my picture to work, but this is Malia. I have to go in privacies, I think, and change it.
That's cool. Well, we can hear you, so that's cool.
Okay. This is neat. We've never used this Zoom before.
I didn't realize there was more people on. There was arrows that you can see more people.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh, is that what's going on with my thing? I know that's only a plus and a minus. I usually have it though. I don't know what's going on today.
You just have to scroll, I find. Scroll
Can
through
you
like
say
Oh, really? Okay.
anybody?
Hi,
I don't think
Emily.
anyone can hear me. Hello.
Hi, Emily.
Hi, could you hear me?
Yeah.
I can
Hi,
see.
Sharon. Hi. You can see me and you can hear me?
I'm not going to mess it up today. Are y'all on like lockdown, Emily, in Connecticut?
Almost. I think we're starting Monday. I don't even know. I'm not keeping up. I'm just staying in.
Good idea.
Same here. Well, you're kind of in lockdown too, aren't you, Karen?
Pardon me?
Aren't y'all kind of not in lockdown, but in lockdown?
Yes. Yes. And starting on Sunday, it's going to be stricter, I guess. So,
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I stopped working on Thursday and I'm working from home now.
Okay.
I just got off work. So
Christina,
I'm still working right now.
you're still working out of the house?
No, I'm working at Starbucks. Drive-through only.
Gotcha.
But I've been asked to make the drinks, so I don't really talk to customers. So I just give them drinks and.
Do you
Must
wear
be
gloves?
Got it.
Oh, aren't you?
Do you wear gloves, Chris?
Sorry.
Yeah, we wear gloves and we have a timer that we wash our hands every 15 minutes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And we sanitize like everything every 30 minutes.
Holy
So
cow.
we're being super sanitary about everything.
Yeah. How long are your shifts?
Today I worked 5 hours.
Okay. Busy the whole time?
I mean, it's only the drive-through, so
Right.
it was steady.
Yeah, that's
whole
what I
time.
would figure.
Yeah.
You're kidding me? Starbucks? Holy cow.
Yeah,
People can't live without their Starbucks.
I know. People get crazy sometimes about their Starbucks.
Yeah, I know. I have a friend. It's like, oh my goodness. Okay.
Oh, because there was more space. We can move it back.
So,
So how long you want to give it before we start, Brian?
I think we need Ann, don't we?
She was here.
Oh, okay.
Who's in?
The
Is that the
Some
nurse?
coffee.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm here, guys.
Oh,
Hi, Anna.
Hi, and
Hi. How are
Hi.
you?
Oh, are you Anna?
Yes. Hi, Karen.
Karen, nice to meet you.
Yeah, I think I met you at in Philadelphia. You were in Philadelphia.
Probably.
Okay, yes,
Probably.
yeah.
Okay. Brian, you want to start?
Sure.
Who do we have here? How many people do we have on the meeting?
wow. Wow.
12.
that's not bad.
Oh, either. Christy Grilly's here, but she's walking herself. Jack was here too. Jack Grilly, her son.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
So,
Hi.
I
Hi.
guess
Really good.
meeting.
Hello.
Jack.
Especially for 12 people being talking right now.
Malaya Martin is on.
Yeah. You can click on participants to see who.
We have Neil. Neil's on.
I'm gonna start.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm Brian Ensor. Many of you know me. I'm the project manager for Cystinosis Session, and we were formed by the adult leadership. We're part of the Adult Leadership Advisory Board, which was formed by the Cystinosis Research Network. And my team is here. If you can say hello. Eddie can say hey. Karen can say
Oh,
hey.
hi. I'm Karen Gladhill.
Hey guys, I'm Eddie.
And we also have Anna Pruitt. She's a mother of 2 children with cystinosis. She's also a registered nurse and a board member or board director of the Cystinosis Research Network. And she's a nurse and she's going to talk a little bit about the coronavirus and what we should be doing to kind of stay safe and stay alive.
Yeah, so thank you for having me, first of all. I appreciate, the invitation to talk about a little bit about safety and the coronavirus that's obviously going on right now. So I just briefly want to go over just what we're going to talk about, what it is, COVID-19, what are the, some of the symptoms that you're finding with the COVID-19 that are very common, steps to protect yourself and others. And then also I felt, I wanted to add some ways to, if you're feeling stressed or overwhelmed during this time, some ways to help you too. So stop me at any point of time and we can, for any questions, and hopefully I'll be able to help you or to guide you in the right direction. So the first part I want to discuss is what is COVID-19? So basically it's a virus. It's part of a large family of viruses that causes mild to moderate upper respiratory illness. So it emerged in December 2019 in China, and there is currently no vaccinations and no medications that help shorten the duration of the illness. Like we do have for the flu. So that's a little bit part of that's kind of scary, is that we don't have a vaccination. We don't have a medication like Tamiflu to help shorten the duration of this chronic virus. So It can be carried with no signs or symptoms up to 3 days, which is also kind of scary because it can be spread without actually knowing that you're infected. So you can go 3 days without having any signs or symptoms and then still be infecting others. So I'm cautious of that. Older adults and people with underlying medical conditions are obviously will be at risk for more complications with the COVID-19. So yes, our cystinosis patients and our kidney transplant patients with compromised immune systems are at risk and should take all precautions and follow the CDC guidelines. Caregivers to the children and to the adults that need to be vigilant with cleaning and proper hand washing. So that's just a brief overview of what COVID-19 is. And then let's just kind of dig into what are the symptoms of COVID-19. The first kind of overall symptoms for most patients is going to be the fever, the cough, and shortness of breath. There has been listed on the CDC guide, on the website, that there has been diarrhea as well and some other signs and symptoms. But as every patient is different, we're all going to have different signs and symptoms. So just be aware of that. When to seek medical attention. So when do I need to go? A good question, I think, for a lot of these people, because right now the ERs, I feel like, are getting flooded with people just wanting to test for COVID-19. But what is a real emergency? And that is, difficult breathing, persistent pain, pressure in the chest, new confusion or inability to arouse. Obviously, if you're feeling like you can't breathe and you have blue lips, face, you definitely want to go to the ER. Obviously, these aren't all the things that are listed to the ER, but those are just the main things that you might be experiencing with the COVID-19. So going forward, what are some steps that we can protect ourselves against the COVID-19? Obviously, we know washing hands, proper hygiene. We want to do 20 seconds or longer, obviously, for hands with soil after using a tissue. Blowing into your nose, sneezing, any of those, you want to wash a little bit longer. Just know that the virus can stay on metal surfaces for up to 4 hours, which I think is pretty long. I mean, I think the flu virus only stays for 3 hours. So for them to be 4 hours, cardboard, it stays on for 24 hours. And then 2 to 3 days, it stays onto the plastic and stainless steel. So just being hyper vigilant on cleaning is pretty important at this point in time. So just knowledge is so great at this point. So just be aware of that. And if you do have to go out, because we're going to have to go out to get groceries at some point of time, just make sure that you're 6 feet away from any one person at all times. Wear a mask if you feel ill. This illness is airborne and it is in the air up to 3 hours. 3 hours is really long. I think the flu is yet 1 hour that it is airborne. So it is, one sneeze can stay in the air. So just know that ventilation is good too, especially if you're, you definitely don't want to be breathing other people's air. That's why the airplanes and the airports and stuff are kind of closing down, or they're not going to a lot of flights. So just be aware of that. Stay home as much as possible. Avoid touching your face. That includes nose, mouth, eyes. Disinfect all cleaning solution or surfaces with cleaning regular products that you have at home. If you don't have any or you're short on products, a good mixture that you can make is 5 tablespoons of bleach with a gallon of water. You want to spray that on any of your surfaces and leave them for takes 2 to 3 minutes for it to actually kick in and kill everything, and then you can wipe it up. So just being aware that if you're running low and you do have a gallon, some bleach, you don't need much. About 1/3 of a cup or 5 tablespoons to 1 gallon makes quite a bit to disinfect. If you're sick, stay home, cover your coughs and sneezes, relocate yourself. If you do live with loved ones or other people, you want to isolate yourself away from those that are sick. You want to have the sick person wear a mask. If that sick person cannot wear a mask, like a small child, like if my children were to get sick, I would have to wear the mask because I need to make sure that I am not going to be infected by them so I can take care of them. So just being cautious about that too as well. The CDC is talking about stock up at least 2 weeks of supply of medications and necessities. This includes food. So when you do go out, do try to, if you can, stock up within 2 weeks. My husband works for insurance, and the PBM, that's the pharmacy benefit manager, they are doing refills a little bit quicker, or sooner. So you might be able to get some medications, be able to stock up more, because they're being able to fill those medications a little bit quicker. If you can, obviously have things delivered to your door, but obviously know that it stays on the cardboard for 24 hours. So you don't leave your box outside. If you have any questions, definitely talk to your physician. Come up with a game plan. That's really going to help you with anxiety and stress that's going on right now. And if you're concerned, especially those post-transplant patients, or you just have a really bad immune system, then you just really need to come up with a game plan with your doctor. And hopefully you'll be able, like, if you do get sick, they'll be able to know what the right steps are. And then for the last thing is, if you're seeing a physician or your care team, therapist, they are now trying to run telehealth. I know that here in the state of Colorado, Medicaid has covered for telehealth to happen now for some of these patients that need PT, OT, speech, feeding, or any other kind of therapy that would require you to go to the in-clinic. You can actually do at home now. Just talk to your provider or your care team if you want to do that, or if you now that you need medical support. Reaching out to telehealth is something that is going to be very useful. I know that we switched on our telehealth. Actually, this week is coming. We've shut off all of our in-home therapies at this point for the kids, and now we're doing telehealth. So, and then the last topic I want to talk about is, I'm feeling a little bit stressed. I'm feeling a little bit overwhelmed. When obviously going to the grocery store, it just seems empty. Everybody just seems to be it's kind of chaotic around, but some good tips to help with your stress. And if you do feel overwhelmed, obviously take breaks from social media, news articles, news televised about COVID-19. Remember, not everything on your social media is true. So some of those articles that I've been watching on the social media it's creating more panic and more hysteria than it really needs to be. We just need to follow CDC, those reputable, NIH, those reputable sources, because I am seeing a lot of hocus pocus basically out there. Take care of your body. Eat a well-balanced meal, sleep, stretch, exercise, deep breathing, meditate. Those are just some activities, fun activities for bodies that you couldn't do before. You might be able to do now while you're at home. And then talk and connect with other people. Sometimes I feel better if I'm talking to somebody that I trust, to say, hey, this is how I'm feeling. Like, even if I am feeling a little bit scared, or if I am feeling a little bit overwhelmed, I can talk to that person and know that they're an open ear. So, if you have that person, definitely lean into them, or just, a simple conversation. And then obviously, if you're a parent, talk with the kids about the safety of hand washing and why we can't go to the park. I know right now I have 2 toddlers at home, a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old with cystinosis, and they're just itching to get out. So I know they can't quite understand, but they do know that they have to wash their hands constantly. So, and then obviously right here in Colorado Springs, we have everything shut down right now. So no salons, no getting your nails done, no getting your hair done, no go to the bar, no restaurant, so on and so forth. So that's it. That's basically it. That I've got most of this information, all this information from the CDC. So if you do have any more questions, definitely check that website. I know there's going to be new information constantly. I know my phone gets dinged as far as the nurse. I get the dings for that as well, on what to do as far as the nurse goes. So, but do we have any questions?
Yes, I do. I'm Karen. In Rochester right now, we're supposed to be it's Rochester, New York, so we're shutting down, but they say for 2 weeks. I know you're not a site or you don't have a crystal ball, but after 2 weeks, Do you know, I mean, will it end up being longer than that? I hear all kinds of crazy things.
As far as our state goes, and this is just what we're doing right now in the state of Colorado, our governor has shut everything down until the end of April. So we're looking at no school until April 30th. All of our everything shut down, restaurants, salons, anything that's not pertaining to the grocery store, pharmacy, doctor, medical stuff. Yeah, that's currently what's being said here. So it could be longer. Yeah, that's really hard to tell.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, that's as far as I know, April 30th is kind of when things are going to slowly start, but hopefully start back up. So.
Okay, and it said, I heard something that said to drink water, like to keep your mouth moist. Is that a real thing?
I think that would be, I mean, it's obviously really good to drink water. You want to say
Yeah, I know.
as much as possible. But no, I would say that it's a part of the,
Okay.
it's not on a CDC website or guideline that should be something that, you know, you have to do or you'll get sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but drink lots of water. Seriously. I need to drink more water. So.
Yeah. No, I do drink water, but they said something about keeping your mouth kind of moist all the time. That's what I read someplace. So I don't know why, because, you know, all these things you read and see.
Mm.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think the one thing that I did, I guess if you're going to try to correlate it to anything, the only thing I read on the CDC would, you know, if you do have, you know, if you're sick, so say if you have the flu and you get the COVID-19, then it's going to hit you harder because you're already pre-sick. So, I mean, you know, you just don't want to get yourself sick. So I guess that's why I eat healthy, balanced meal, get sleep, drink lots of water, keep yourself healthy.
Okay. And then, do other people have questions?
Erin.
I have another one then.
Sure, no. I'm open.
Okay. Okay, my other question is, like, if one of us with cystinosis and transplants were to get sick, do we know if, like, the drugs that they would give us would interfere with any of the drugs we're currently taking for transplants or cystinosis?
You know, I'm not a doctor, so I wouldn't be able to go
Yeah, I
through
know.
this, but, you know, I'm assuming that Crocizzy, it wouldn't be effective if, you know, it wouldn't affect your dosing of your normal medication, your Crocizzy, your sustaining therapy. But as far as, you know, kidney transplant, you know, you're already looking at, you know, lower immune system because of the drugs that you guys have to take. And so, yeah, going over with your doctor would be, I think, the best. Going through every single medication. Hey, if, you know, if something were to happen, I were to get sick, are my medications okay with the medications that we're giving these patients to help them get through? And they would be able to advise you in the best direction.
I
Okay.
have a question as well. How long does it take to normally show the worst symptoms if you do get the virus?
They said that you could carry it for 3 to 4 days with being asymptomatic. That means no signs or symptoms. I think it just depends on the person. You know, a virus normally takes 7 to 14 days to get over. So I would say by the 3rd to 4th day, you should start showing some signs or symptoms. But I think that's something that's still being researched at this point. I don't really think the CDC really knows exactly the transmission time. They know the incubation time is 3 to 4 hours. So, or 3 to 4 days, sorry, not hours.
If you think you have the virus, when should you get tested? Like, how long should you wait? Like, if you're only showing, like, you know, light symptoms.
Well, right now they're running out of tests, or they're running low on tests. And in our state, they're running low on tests.
Yeah.
And that be by state, where you can't even get tested right now unless you know, were in really bad shape. They're not really testing any. I've heard that they're not testing anybody that unless they're in the hospital actively in the ICU and they need to be tested. If you're showing signs and symptoms, obviously you want to stay home as much as possible. Try to do what you normally do for flu and colds, and try to just do over-the-counter stuff if you can. I know cystinosis kids and adults, there's limited options on the over-the-counter drugs. So just try to do the best you can, and then just you know, limit the spread at this point. Obviously, if you feel like you're getting to the point where you're so ill that you need to see medical support, then please do. Like, that's something that, you know, if you do, if it was my kids, if they got sick, I'm going to be calling the doctor, say, hey, they're sick. I'm going to watch them from home. But if it gets worse, you need to come in and you need to help. So.
I have a question.
Yes, Emily.
You guys hear me? Okay, so my question would be like, what if you don't have something unrelated to the COVID, but let's say you get an infection or something like that, or you have appointments already booked? What should be done? Like if you have a blood work done and an appointment to go over the blood work, and if you get sick but it doesn't have anything to do with COVID, is it recommended to go to an emergency room or stay home and keep appointments, or, you know, in those two occasions, what is recommended right now?
As far as I know, telehealth, you can reach out to your physician to see if they will do telehealth, like what we're doing right here on Zoom, to see if we can make appointments. Now, as far as I know, they are still accepting regular appointments. I know that I got something from the boys just saying that we will cancel your appointment if, you know, it's not of need. So, for instance, I had to take my youngest, my newborn, my 2-month-old, in yesterday and go through everything in order to get our vaccines and everything for the 2 months. So they're making everything a priority. So if it's obviously a priority that you have to be seen, like for a blood draw or for something more serious besides COVID, then they still want to see you and they'll make that happen. But as far as I know, they're
still accepting the Elijah, you know, falls off the bed, breaks his arms. They're still accepting, right? People
they're accepting. Yeah.
Because like in my
they won't close. It's just they
want
to limit the exposure as possible.
In my head, it's like all the emergency rooms are all full and they can't take care of anything except COVID. This is what I'm picturing, you know. Say I have to go to emergency room for Elijah, for myself, other than COVID, they will accept me.
Yes, I mean, they will accept you, and we don't want to be saying, oh, don't go to the ER. No, we want the ERs open, obviously for an emergencies only, and we just don't want to flood our emergencies with COVID, because you know, especially for these medical fragile kids, or you know, underlying medical conditions like our cystinosis does for us. So we just want to make sure that we're getting taken care of and not flooding the ER with too much COVID. When you test those on that's why they're setting up different tents and stuff at different locations away from the hospital, so they can test.
Sorry, I have one more question. If you take like extra vitamins or zinc or some kind of supplement like that, will it help prevent anything for COVID?
Oh, I read that too. I read that.
Yes. No, I think COVID's so contagious at this point. It's, you know, I would say try it. I don't think it's really gonna, if your doctor advises for you to take it and you're okay to take it, then, I mean, it's not gonna hurt anything at this point, but I think it's just so contagious, and the doctors, it's getting really out of hand. That's why they're saying stay home, because it's so contagious and it's staying on these surfaces for so long and in the air. But yeah, if you can protect yourself, great. I give the boys vitamins. So I think that's based on your situation and what the doctor recommends at this point. Does that help?
Yeah. I was just kind of wondering if like taking vitamins and zinc actually does end up helping with symptoms or sickness in general.
I haven't read anything that would prove an otherwise. There's not like there's very much to study right now. This is brand new. They're not even coming up with vaccinations at this point because it's such a brand new virus. I wouldn't say that. I would say that's not true because it's not on the CDC guidelines.
So basically, this whole thing is because humans don't have any immunity to this. Is that?
It's just like a virus. Viruses normally come from animals. Right. Animals, and then it jumps ship and goes to humans. Mutates. Yes. So what the problem is that it's mutating, and when it's mutating, it mutates faster and faster. And so sometimes it's harder, especially if it gets stronger or if it mutates in a certain way. It could be even more deadlier. So that's why I think it's just.
Okay. Thank you. So.
It's a different virus, and so it's not like the flu where we have the Tamiflu, and you know,
Yeah.
things help with the side effects, and we know when it's coming. But so this is just a brand new virus that's just been found, kind of thing. But it's within the larger other viruses, you know, and colds.
Yeah. And let me think if I have.
I actually have a question. This is Cheryl.
Oh, hi, Cheryl.
Hi, Anna. This might be difficult to answer, but I'm just someone who is concerned because I work with students at the university, so there's a lot of student traffic, and sometimes international travel, obviously not anytime soon. But I think my question, and also in line with the immunity part, is for someone who's immunosuppressed, like you mentioned April 30th, like with things, but what would you suggest in terms of maybe when I should potentially be looking at going back, or just because of that close one-on-one, it's literally like right next to a student. I know it might be hard to say.
Well, I'm just curious, where are you located at, Cheryl?
I'm in Canada, Winnipeg, Manitoba.
Okay. Yeah, because they're shutting down things pretty quick here in the United
Yeah.
States.
I'm working from home right now, and the university is officially closed Monday, like closed. Like we stopped taking, there was no in-person classes as of, I guess it would have been like last Monday, or if not sooner. And now the university shut down. But I'm just thinking, like, so I'm working from home. I'm just wondering at what point, let's say the university opens May 1st. Like, would you say that's safe for someone who's immunocompromised to then, you know, I guess it also depends on how many cases there are, et cetera. But I'm just worried about my contact, that constant contact with a student. Yeah, moving forward. Not so much now, but moving forward.
Yeah, as far as moving forward, it's, you know, it's really hard to say. I think that, like, it's just they're trying to stop the peak of everything because it's spreading so fast. They don't want to slam all the hospitals. But from what I read, I also got we got a note from Dr. Graham, who works at UCSD. He said, you know, it's bound to happen. Like, we're gonna get sick. It's just we don't want everyone getting sick all at once. And so
right.
I'm hoping that, you know, a lot of us could pass it up by staying home and being in isolation and quarantined. I'm hoping by April 30th it'll be good. As far as some of the things I read, and I haven't fact checked it yet, was that the virus doesn't live in 80-degree weather. So, like, if it starts warming, once it starts warming up more by May, I don't know what it is in Canada, but by May here it gets kind of warm. So hopefully by then we won't have that many sick people. But yeah, it's hard to tell, you know. But I would take all precautions with being low immune. I would take all precautions, you know, still the 6 feet away if you have to go out, or do you have to go back to work? Because that's just something that if you have to work, you have to work. We understand it.
Right. The good thing is that with summer there is less students, so that it's like, or next to no students, I should say. So that is good. And then we usually warm up by like June. So it's coming.
So we should all move down to the Caribbean, is what you're saying?
Well, I haven't checked. Like I said, I haven't fact checked that one, the 80-degree, but it makes sense. I mean, this virus lives in the winter time because it's the cold and everybody wants to, you know, cuddle and share germs. And so that's kind of where that gets, you know, the food gets out of hand and stuff. So, but once it starts warming up, we should start seeing illnesses stop, hopefully.
Cool. Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
What about like humidity?
Humidity. I mean, I think humidity is better in certain ways, but I haven't read anything specifically that humidity would cause that. I think, like I said, I have to fact check that 80-degree weather. But yeah, I just the 80-degree weather. Once it starts warming, and it makes sense. 80-degree weather. It's summertime. You're not gonna see the flu during the summertime. Everyone's out, you know, out and about. Yeah. So, but as far as humidity, we don't have any here, so it's always dry. It's really, really dry here. So, no, I'd say humidity wouldn't have that factor. I'm not quite for sure. No, I don't know the answer to that. Sorry.
That's good. That's okay. We understand. We're all trying to make our way through this, you know?
Yes.
The best that we can. So, and you talked a little bit too about like people feeling isolated and using like social media. That seems to help, you know, when you're stuck at home or seeing, like, my mom is in a nursing home, so I made her go to the door, and we went to the door and we waved, and you can leave her things that she can take inside afterwards, but that was kind of cool. But it is a whole new reality, it's really different. So does anybody have more questions for Anne? Anybody there?
Thank you for your time and listening and being able to invite me to share a little bit with you guys about the COVID-19 and what's going on. And I hope everyone stays safe, super safe.
And thank you very, very much. It's greatly appreciated.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Anna. I think you're free, Anna, if you want to partake or don't partake or do
Yeah,
with your kids.
my toddlers just woke up, so perfect timing. So
Take care.
You have a good day.
You too. Thank
Bye.
you again.
Oh no, that was Anna.
So do we have people still left on the line?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm still here.
everybody's still here.
Okay. Do we have question now? The real reason, or one of the other reasons we were having this meeting today, was for drugs. So do people have drug questions that we can address today?
I have a question, guys.
Yeah.
Does everybody have enough for these isolation for the 2 weeks or more that we're staying inside? How did you guys manage to get them? And what are you doing if you need more?
Okay.
You go going to the pharmacy yourself, or is someone going for you? Does your pharmacy deliver? Stuff like that.
So for me,
My
Go ahead.
pharmacy personal. Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, who is talking first? Sorry.
Oh, I was just saying, for my pharmacy personally, my doctors, they gave me refills for like the next 6 months, but they
Nice.
won't let me get the medication like 90 days or anything like that because my insurance won't cover it. So even with the COVID, I can only get a month worth of supply.
Can your doctor's office call the insurance company? Because
I was
sometimes
told no, but I don't know.
Okay, because sometimes they have an override. I mean, I have a sister that goes away to again, she goes to Barbados for 3 months every winter, and they call it a vacation override so that she could take that medicine with her. I mean, this would be much more important,
Yeah. I mean, that's what I thought. That's why I asked about it. But apparently it's because my insurance will only cover 3 months worth.
Oh.
And so they can only give me 3 months worth unless I want to pay for 90 days worth.
Yeah. Oh boy, that's not good. Okay. That's my only suggestion. What about you guys? Eddie, Brian, or Cheryl, you were going to say something.
Yeah, I was just going to say for me, I actually only get 2 weeks, but what they've offered, a month, sorry.
Yeah.
So 4 weeks. They do offer a delivery system where they'll just leave it at my door. I can sign the piece of paper, leave that for them, take the box of medication, and then they leave. So there's no contact. So I'm given that option, but I'm only taking 1 month at a time with that delivery system option, hoping that I won't really need a whole schwack load of meds all at once. Yep. But the delivery system is optional, which is what I'm doing, where you sign, you leave it, you take your package of meds, and then they take the signed package or take the signed slip and leave. That's what I'm doing.
With my Persist B and my sister Ann, my insurance will only pay for a month at a time, and they do, I get both of them delivered to me through UPS or FedEx or whatever service
Yes.
that the medical facility decides to use. So I think we're all just stuck with insurance problems.
Mm-hmm. I'm wondering if they'll be more lenient during this phase, but who knows?
I think they will, but the insurance is just a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah. Do we have any other comments?
Yeah,
Pardon me?
trying to get Addie to talk. Gotta unmute herself.
Oh, I was just laughing. I wasn't really talking at your comment.
Yeah. I can only see your forehead.
Hello?
Hi.
There we go.
Okay, thank you.
Can y'all
Eddie.
hear me now? No?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I muted myself. I have the same problem with the 30 days thing, but I just go to the drive-through to my pharmacy, which is only like 5 minutes away, but I still limit my contact and everything works out all right.
That's good. That's good. Okay. We kind of didn't really answer it, Emily, but I kind of got an idea.
Yeah, you guys did. Did any of you get your Persisby with like a extra plastic wraparound? That's how mine came in this week.
I got mine yesterday. Like that.
Was it wrapped in like an extra clear wrap?
Yeah, it was wrapped in an extra clear wrap, and I've never had that before until
I
yesterday.
had it before, so I'm guessing it's because of because of it's traveling all over. So I'm guessing it was for that.
They're required to do that.
Okay.
It's probably in an email that you deleted.
I'm sorry?
It's probably in an email that you deleted. I mean, I'm deleting a lot of COVID.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing all COVID emails and just delete.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're required to do that and leave it. And like, you don't have to sign for it anymore.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Awesome. Did you guys see that the FDA approved the granules packets for the Prosysby? So instead of the pill, it's just going to be what's inside. Have you guys seen that?
I did, but I went to a Horizon town hall, I think, where they were asking us if they're interested, and I'm like, I'm fine with the capsule.
Or you're fine with the capsule? Okay. I'm going for it. I asked my doctors, and they're gonna go for it for me. I'm gonna try it.
What's the difference? I don't take it, so I know.
Yeah. So no, don't worry. So the difference, instead of a pill form, it's just inside the pill with the little, Yeah. So it's just gonna be that inside. I'm guessing, like I'm picturing it, like inside of a packet that you can just open up and pour it into like applesauce or orange juice or whatever. So instead of, like some people take 14 pills twice, and opening 14 pills, because some people have swallowing, instead of opening 14 pills, it's just a granulate.
Okay.
So I think that's actually going to be easier for me to put it in something. Also easier for parents to put it inside like the G tube for the kids,
Food, whatever. Okay, good. It's good to know. Thank you.
So I'm excited about it.
That's great news.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Some people have trouble swallowing, so that's great news.
Oh, okay. Another good point. Yes.
Yeah. So, yep.
Do we have other questions?
What are you guys doing to keep yourselves busy in the house? And do you guys find it easier a little bit to like be kind of more compliant too? Like you're in the house, you have no choice, but like my eye drops, for example, I've been doing them a lot more now that, hey, I see Neil. I've been doing them a lot more now in the house that I'm not going out and stuff. How about you guys?
Anybody else? Anybody on here can answer?
Yeah. Interesting. Oh, Emily, because with my routine from working from home, I forgot my meds twice in 1 week. Like, actually, I think even 3 times. And I'm like, what is, I was thinking, what is going on? Like, why? And I think I'm just so much a routine based around my meds.
Right. Oh, right. Like, yeah.
Yeah, like going to work as opposed to just like staying home. So I've got like the routine of like, you know, your meds and your breakfast. And it's like, I don't not eat breakfast, but for whatever reason, that routine of like doing all these things and then going out the door with my bags to the office, somehow I've lost it and I forgot my meds and I like panicked when I forgot it the 3rd time in 1 week. I can't keep doing this. So it's interesting you asked that question because you think it'd be better.
Right, because you know you're home.
Yeah. So that's what I found. I'm not sure about anybody else, but it's been interesting to see that, like a little social experiment for myself.
Screwed up. Yeah, your whole routine's screwed up now.
Yeah, exactly.
I slept in yesterday and today, so there goes my morning meds. You know what I mean? But
Right.
but I take it as soon as I get up. So
I don't know. I have my alarm set on my cell phone, so it's been still pretty easy for me. And when I go out, I have special containers I bring with me, so it's not an issue. Just take advantage of the multiple alarms you have on the cell phone, and I don't know, it makes things easy.
Well, it's kind of sad, Eddie. I have an alarm too. I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know.
oh wait, who just joined us? Is that Victor? He's muted though. Hola.
Hey, Victor.
Hey, how are you guys?
I'm good. How are you? Good to see you.
Thank you. I'm sorry I'm late here, but I had a little trouble with the different times. I got a little bit confused. So I
No,
was wondering how much, how long been you talking in this conference?
we've been what?
I can't.
49 minutes. 45 minutes.
Yeah, but you missed the talk about the COVID thing mostly. We just started about the medicine.
How are
Okay.
things? Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
is everything shut down too?
Yeah, here in Mexico, people just this past week start to go in their homes.
Yes.
And now if you go out, you see just a few people in the supermarket, in restaurants, but you still see some people. I think it's kind of different than the US or Europe that you just see like a few people, but here many people is just getting in their homes and they're doing what the health services recommend. So I'm trying to do that because you know it's very dangerous, this virus. So I think since last Wednesday I'm not going out home, and I'll try to stay more than 2 or 3 weeks here. I'm sorry about my English.
No, it's very good.
Yeah, you're fine, bud.
I know, a lot better than like I could try to speak Spanish. Are you kidding me? You know? So
But yeah, things are okay. I mean, quite okay.
do you have any questions about medicine at all?
About medicine, no. Just wondering if you have a few comments about how can this virus can affect us, and if it's really really important to stay absolutely in home, maybe for a long time. Can someone just do some or a few comments about these both questions?
Brian, you want to?
Anyone?
Brian, would you want to?
I'm trying.
Oh,
Did we lose him?
I can't hear you, Brian.
Can't either. Oh,
I think we may have lost him. But basically, she was saying to follow the CDC guidelines for immune compromised people,
okay.
which is pretty much just try to stay inside as much as you can and kind of follow the rules of your state or country.
Okay, great. Thank you.
And then also wash your hands frequent and use hand sanitizer, and just, you know, be a little extra thorough of keeping your hygiene good, and to keep your house extra clean too.
And if anyone around you is sick, stay at least 6 feet away from them and try to keep yourself out of their area.
And the virus lives on surfaces for some of them 3 hours, some of them 4 hours, and so you have
On
to be
cardboard for 24.
This is in a recording I can send him.
Oh,
Oh, nice. Great.
Hey, we can hear you now.
Put your email in the chat, or like I'll be putting that.
Great. I will do it now.
it's great.
Just so everybody doesn't have to remember like 30 minutes of conversation. But all this has been recorded. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So does anybody else have any questions? Comment?
I saw a couple of things pop up. Like Victor just wrote his email, but I think someone else just had like a question or something. But
Did want to know if anyone's having trouble getting either. But it was because of our insurance. And I just said, we're all having the issue with our insurance. Search was being a difficult. You don't pay, you don't get your medications. So I just said that's just something we're all dealing with, I think.
Yeah.
I think that eventually the insurances will be forced by the government to,
Yeah, I see that. Okay.
Well, the ones that I've had issues with, I just needed letters of pre-authorization from my doctors. The biggest one I had trouble with was the Procysp and the eye drops, but my Pam helped with that, and again, it was just a letter of pre-authorization from the doctors, but getting the doctors to write those sometimes is kind of difficult.
Yeah. But that's a good idea. That works. Or seems to work.
Yeah.
So
So
we
is
have
anybody else taking those, the new eye drops? I think, Cheryl, you said you were at one time. I'm
Do you
kind of
mean-
interested in those.
Like the gel ones, Eddie, the sister drops?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I started taking those about 3 months ago.
Did you take the Cysterin before?
No, sorry. It wasn't Cysterin. It's something that was compounded here in like my local pharmacy, and it was just called cysteamine drops, basically.
Okay.
And they hurt like heck putting them in.
Oh yeah, no, I have trouble with my eye drops, and that's why I'm interested in taking the more ones that's like honey, I guess, is what someone described it.
So it's very thick when you pour it over, like honey. What I do is try to get it warm. So I just put it in like my pants, like the waistband, like so it's against skin and warm, and then it turns into like more thin honey, I guess.
Yeah, okay.
A bit thinner, and then I put it in my eye. I usually kind of leave my eye open for a few seconds. It's kind of goopy, but if it ever does sort of sting a little bit, it will be for literally 4 seconds and stop. whereas my other eye drops were, it could be an hour. Like it was hard to get into a
Yeah,
routine.
that's the issue I'm having too.
Yeah,
It's
right.
like an hour or two.
So
Yeah.
do you like them better then?
Yes. Yes. And I don't know, it's hard to know what the eye drops are in terms of how many you should take, because I was once told from Dr. Grimm that it was basically like a room of doctors saying, what's the most efficient? Well, I guess as many times as someone can. Okay, well, let's just do every hour. Well, that's so like.
It's crazy. Yeah. Sorry. Oh, if anybody's on here and you're supposed to take them every hour, I'm sorry. I tried that. That was.
No, it's not possible.
No.
So with my last drops, it was basically like advised to do 4 times, then wait, halfway through the day 4 times. So morning, noon, evening, night. I was lucky if I got 2 drops in, like in the evening. So now these ones are prescribed as 4 times a day. So I've worked my way up to about 3 times a day. And because before it doesn't burn as much, a little teeny bit, but not really. It's more just working it into the routine of my day when I was working. We'll see now. But so it's actually easier now that I'm not working outside of the house, but it's morning, noon, evening, bedtime. And Eddie, it's thicker, but it doesn't burn as much. And it's 4 times a day as prescribed.
Right. Yeah, I do all mine at night. I can't do the every hour during the day, and at nighttime I'll do one drop about every 5 minutes or so. And the most I got in was like 8 in one night, but usually I'll be lucky if I get 2 or 3 in.
Yeah, exactly. It's hard.
I
recommend them.
How do you get those drops instead of the ones that most people are on now?
So in Canada here, well, not even in Canada, just where I am in Manitoba, it was sort of a fluke, because what had happened is these compounded drops that I was taking, they're compounded here, whatever. They were the only drop available here. A new drop, the Cysta drop, came out, and there was controversy because they did not want to have, it's almost like not liability, but what's the word? Copyright, in terms of you can't have the same. Yeah. So that was sort of the issue here. So there was a lot of debate, and I was only getting my Cysta drops, the new one, which they then gave to me 1 week at a time, which was frustrating, but thank gosh it's not now 1 week at a time, 1 week at a time, until this was all sorted out. And so they eventually, after a few months, sorted it out at the upper government health minister level. And they said, okay, well, we're not making these anymore because these new ones are, we can't use these compound ones anymore because it's copyright issues. And so we've switched now to this Cysta drop, which is what I'm taking now. And I had no idea what it was in terms of, will this work? Will this burn? How many times do I take it? And so that's how it happened here, just because there was this new drop introduced, and you couldn't have the 2 drops being sold and made at the pharmacy at the same time. So it just so happened that way. I'm not sure, writing to your health minister or insurance companies or whatever might be a way if you have it available, but it was just so that they couldn't have here in Manitoba both produced or whatever in the pharmacy at the same time because of copyright issues.
Gotcha.
Yeah, sorry for the long story, but that's yeah.
So
Now, do you keep them refrigerated?
Does anybody go ahead, Eddie?
I was just wondering if you keep them or treat them the same way as your other ones. Are they kept frozen and you take them out, and when you take them out, you leave them in the refrigerator for so long?
Here's the nice part. They all go in the fridge, but the bottle, the vial that you're using, can be left out for a week. It's fine for a week. Okay. I don't know if it's because it's not liquid, so bacteria doesn't form as quick. I'm not sure if that's why, because it's a gel, but the process is the little vial just comes as a vial with a lid, and you have to take the seal off, and then you have to take another lid off, and then you have to take the rubber thing that's inside, it goes inside, and you peel the rubber thing out of the vial, and then without touching the end you would put toward your eye, you have to fit it over the bottle. So I don't know if there's a lot of protection in that sense. So it doesn't have to be refrigerated as long because bacteria won't grow as easily. But you take the vial out of the fridge, you use it for that week. It doesn't have to go back in the fridge, doesn't have to be frozen or kept in the fridge. And the other ones, the other 3 weeks you get, or that I would get, are in the fridge. So they're kept refrigerated as a store.
Cool.
Does anyone know where to order them from? Like, do you order them from the same company that you order the Cysteran eye drops, or do you have to call somebody else?
I don't know about the states.
Yeah.
You should look into that.
Right.
I'd say contact your doctor that prescribes the ones you use now and ask them about it.
I agree with that. Just ask your doctor. That's our job, is to find out where to get medications.
Yeah.
No for us to figure out, which I have to tell my doctor and the sister were available, but I shouldn't have had to do that.
Right.
I forgot that I had cystinosis.
Yeah. Maybe I should call the eye drop company first themselves.
Well, y'all could always go to the CRN website and email one of the cystinosis specialists. They could probably point you in the right direction.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Eddie.
Yeah.
Their information is on the CRN, right? Thank you.
It should be, yes.
I haven't been on there for a while, but that's what I would do. If unless you have a cystinosis specialist. I know not everybody has a cystinosis specialist as a doctor.
Does that help? Yeah, does that help at all?
Yeah, that helped out a lot. I actually just started seeing a cystinosis doctor, or a doctor that specializes in cystinosis, last month for the first time.
Oh, you're pretty lucky. Yeah.
Is there one in South Carolina?
Yeah, Dr. Trumbley, the Sarah and gosh, I'm trying to think of the family's name right now. My mind is going blank. But Sarah is a young child.
Okay. Oh, Jeff Laramore's daughter, right?
Yeah, so the Laramores
Oh.
recommended me to her. She's technically a pediatric doctor, but she has agreed to see me.
Yeah, that's good. I see Dr. Greenbaum, and he's a pediatrician. But he sees adult patients too.
It's
I
good.
don't think there's any adult cystinosis specialists out there yet. My adult nephrologist is learning a little bit about it from Dr. Greenbaum, because they're both working for the same hospital, just one's a pediatric, one's an adult. And so my adult nephrologist is going to start seeing the cystinosis patients once they graduate from pediatrics, so they'll still have that connection to Dr. Greenbaum.
Oh, that's good. That's good too.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, but Dr. Greenbaum does still see adult patients with cystinosis.
Okay.
He has it worked out, I guess, through insurance or whatever, but I've known him since he was a fellow and I was a teenager. I actually met him.
Okay.
Yeah, but he's a good dude.
Good. Do we have any more questions on anything? Ryan, what do we do now? Do we end the session then?
Well,
We'll go through what we've got on here. Like the participant advantages and disadvantages. Does anybody care about that? We all kind of know this thinks process speed doesn't seem to have I don't have the problem with the smell as bad, but I know when I had Cystinosis, it was very bad. It was a sewer-like smell, and Procysby doesn't. But I do take a crap load of Procysby. I take 12 twice a day of the Procysby.
Oh, all y'all take so much more than I do. I take 9 and 9 now.
I take 10. I take 10.
I think I've talked to a few people that take like 15 and 16.
Wow.
But yeah, the issue is I don't have.
Both of them. I kind of had control over my doctor since I told him about the drug. And I was like, this is too many. I was having like diarrhea and stuff at school. So I lowered it until I still had stopped, and that's where I'm staying because my white blood cell count it's where it should be. So I'm good with taking this.
Oh, good.
And
Has anybody had any troubles or side effects from the Procysby?
I mean, I take 30 different medications, so it could be from any one of those, really. So, but I do feel nauseous sometimes, but like I said, it could be from any of them.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as you, but I compare it to from when I took the liquid form of cysteamine and then the cystagon. There's just certain side effects that I kind of notice. If the body odor, the messed up stomach, and then I'll get this taste or mouthfeel. Sometimes that would make me sick, but with the Procysby, I don't have any of those. Maybe once in a blue moon, I'll have kind of that feeling in my mouth where I might get sick, when before it was, I'm going to be sick, and it happens right then and there. And with the Procysby, I just kind of get that feeling and I could catch it. And if I put something sweet, get something sweet in my mouth, it kind of makes the taste and mouthfeel go away. And I don't know, it's just been so much easier. I've heard of a few people not able to take it because the side effects were worse for them. But I haven't heard many people. I was hoping there'd be somebody on here that had trouble taking it, and I'd kind of like to know a little bit more about the side effects that they have.
Yeah, I really haven't had any side effects from it as well.
That's good. I think that's pretty good,
Yeah, that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah. It should be. I mean, medical advances, shall we say. Hoping things get...
Taking so many of them, that's the only thing I have really to complain about.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I know. So Brian, anything else?
I was just going to show the medicine container I take. It's a week's worth of pills.
Oh, that's small.
Yeah.
We said that when we did rehearsal. But it's whatever. I get 2 of these 7 days with like 4 compartments per day.
Yeah.
The Procysby. And then I have one just for everything else.
Oh, gee.
Like everything for like supplements and transplant medications. There's like the cystinosis one, and then there's the one to keep the kidneys going.
Wow.
Yeah,
this
mine's
is what I use.
that, but you can get the bigger pill boxes from Walgreens if you want to have just one instead of 2.
Yeah, I use this big one. I don't know if it's showing or not. Oh, there. No, that's not me.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty much what I have.
And I keep my transplant and my Procysp in there. But I use the AM for the beginning of the day and nighttime for night, but it's only, oh, I can't even say that. This is 3 days worth of medicine. Just this one big one. The little ones won't fit my medicine like you had, Brian. All my
Yeah.
medicine won't fit in there. And then when I travel, or if I go out with my buddies or whatever, I'll use this. It fits in my pocket pretty easy. It was just a mint container. And it makes things real easy. Then when I travel,
Oh,
I keep my medicine in my pocket that I'm going to take that day. But I take my backpack on as a carry-on
right.
with my medicine and all the bottles so they could see the prescriptions. And there's no way they could deny it since I have it all in the bottles.
It's a good idea. That's a very good idea.
I haven't had any trouble yet. I get some crazy looks when they look in the bag and when I tell them I have my medication in there and there's so much, but you know, what can you do?
Really?
No, it's a lot of like, I take about maybe 15 different types of pills, but it adds up to, it used to be 53, but they added one. So I take about 54 pills a day, if not a little bit more, then a couple different shots.
Oh dear.
I take 61 in a 24-hour period.
So you're the winner then?
Woo!
I don't know. I have to count it out.
Different pills.
Yeah.
Not
Well,
different pills, but total pills.
How
Okay.
many?
84.
Well, wait a minute. We got a new winner here.
I don't
Okay,
have a winner, so it's okay.
Okay.
We
Oh,
can
boy.
let Brian have that one.
Ah,
I don't know. It's so easy for me to take pills, though. It doesn't bother me, and it keeps me healthy. I'm happy to say I'm actually pretty healthy. You
that's
know.
what matters.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny. A lot of my buddies, we've been friends for so long now. When they know what time I take my medicine for out, and it's like 10 minutes till 8, they're like, Eddie, man, it's almost 8 o'clock. You got your medicine?
Mhm.
It's actually funny when I was
that's
younger,
good.
I was worried about it, but
Yes.
now, no, even my
Yeah.
friends are used to it. So
Yeah, that's good. What else is there on our agenda?
No, not to stink.
Oh,
I know with the Cystogon, and maybe you have a like body odor, and I don't have that with the Procysp, but when I was on Cystogon, it was just shower and deodorant and brushing your teeth and taking breath mints pretty much constantly, just to make sure you didn't walk up to somebody and they would be like, "Whoa!"
yeah,
That was how I handled that.
okay.
the cologne too. I used a little bit of cologne to try to mask it, and I guess I got body spray now. That Axe body spray. I guess I could see that helping out a little bit, or I don't know.
I think Axe body spray is a little overpowering.
Me too. I mean, it's the same thing with like, what is that one? I don't know, but I have overpowering scents that are like, are you a teenager?
Yeah.
I think people would rather smell that though than the smell of the Cystogon.
There's no doubt, but
Yeah,
that's just a preference.
Right.
I think the last one I used was an Old Spice one. That wasn't too bad.
You're from that Old Spice era.
Yeah, I know.
Ouch.
I'm just messing with
Yeah,
you. Ed.
really. I like that out. Yeah.
Hell, I'm proud of it.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
The other thing we were going to talk about was this medication. Why
Was just what? I'm sorry.
medications in your life? Just how do you cope with dealing with the medications and fit them into your life? Which I just kind of think I've dealt with it for so long that it's just, you have to deal with it if you want to be alive.
It's second nature to you.
It's a small price to pay to live.
Right. I mean, you just incorporate them into you have more than I have, obviously.
Like a
But
routine.
yeah, you incorporate them into your life and it becomes your routine. And I believe that's how I do it. You know, sometimes you really might get sick of having to swallow all these pills, but yeah, the alternative is not good. So
I'm just kind of like, now we have this coronavirus, and I'm like, did we really have it that bad? I'm like, now we're all confined to our home space, whatever that is. And
So
like,
people that,
I
go ahead,
do
Brian.
like it.
I didn't hear the last thing you said, Brian. Sorry.
I just said that I kind of like being confined because what I do with web development, most of the time I spend it at home anyway. And I kind of look at myself as a geek or a nerd or whatever.
Mm-hmm. I know. I had never heard of Zoom really before until meeting you. And then now everywhere I turn, you know.
Zoom. Is that
So
like?
yeah, exactly. My friend is taking a Zoom class. They're doing a yoga class via Zoom. They're doing this, right? I'm like, but I was very excited because I am the older person here and that I knew what the Zoom was, okay? So I was happy. You made me look really smart, okay?
So for those of y'all that go to school or, work full time, do y'all just take your medicine with you, or how do y'all deal with that?
Well, it really just depends for me because before this whole coronavirus thing, sometimes I had to be at work at 4 a.m.
Whoa.
But now, which is fine because I got off before lunch, so I could do whatever. But now that the coronavirus thing has happened, I go to work sometimes at 5:30 and then a.m. and sometimes at 10. So for me, it just really depends on what shift I have. But I get a 10-minute break, so if for some reason I have the shift that's like 5:30 a.m., I'll just take my medicine during my 10-minute break.
Back when I was working and going to school, I always took 2 doses of medicine, and but taking pills has always been so easy for me. I just take them all at once, and
right.
I just had to keep an eye on the clock, especially in an industry that you could be doing nothing 1 minute, and then next thing you know, it's just so busy you can't. So
Right.
It took me a while to get used to keeping an eye on the clock to make sure I wouldn't miss it during a rush hour or something.
Yeah.
But it took a while to adjust to, but
you
I
adjust.
did.
You adjust.
Yeah.
I think everybody adjusts. Wow. Everybody on this call adjusts, Yes. So do we have anything else? Is Brian there? Brian. Are we good?
I think we pretty much are good, and we're like 9 minutes until we're supposed to be done. But I wanted to tell everybody that we'll be doing another one of these sometime next month. And I don't think we know which one. It'll either be Eddie or Karen stuff, which I'll be there too because I run the Zoom stuff.
Yeah, you're the king, huh? Yeah.
And I've been the one kind of muting everybody for everybody who's like, hey, how'd I get muted? I have that power.
Oh no. Oh no. Okay.
Are you gonna announce it like you did this one?
Yeah, so we'll have another announcement. It'll be the same logo, record thing.
Okay, sounds good.
Yes,
Yeah,
please come. Please,
and
please
y'all are
come.
welcome to join the conversation. Y'all don't have to be so quiet. You know, I know it's kind of awkward at first, but you know, we're all family in a way because not many of us have to go through the things we do.
We all have the same disease, so we all have that in common. There's nobody like us besides the other 2,000, which that's not many. But I talked to Claire and she's still on here. We lost Emily. She got bored with us, I guess. Like I am emailing this video to Victor when it comes out, but I talked to Claire and she did say that there is, if I were to give them the video file, they would find a way to archive it at the crn.org.
Oh,
Okay, great. Yeah.
I have one more question. Is there a way to get an actual cystinosis doctor, such as Dr. Gall or one of them, to weigh in for the next meeting, if depending on how the coronavirus goes?
Probably.
I think that's a great idea. We can see what we can do. Yeah. You know?
Well, as far as the coronavirus goes, I kind of have an opinion. Well, I'll just go ahead and express myself about it. Is it something that's so unexpected and so rare? Is I think we're more susceptible to it, and if one of us gets it, it'll be a lot harder. But as far as trying to avoid it, I think right now it's just the same guidelines as everybody else that's out there, since it's so contagious. And there's no medicine that's really been approved yet. So if there's no medicine that's approved that they're using, we don't know how it would affect the medicine we take, if it'd be an adverse side effect or something. I think it's kind of a wait and see. And, you know, there's on the CRN website, there's doctors you can send emails to and ask these questions to. And then also, I think Joy, who works with Dr. Gall at the NIH, has her email or her information on there too. If you wanted to ask Dr. Gall a question, you might be able to send it to her and maybe she could get you an answer. But as far as right now, it's just so little known about it. I don't think there's much we could do.
No, but I
try to avoid it.
Sorry, but I think that if in a month we still have a lot of issues like this, that if we could see about finding, maybe there'll be a lot more information and maybe a doctor might be willing to talk to us. We'd have to set it up based on their schedule. But if things are, if we're still all in quarantine, I might have questions.
Well,
yeah,
that's
and
what I'm saying.
I actually have Dr. Gall's and Joy's personal information, so
right.
I can
Which
email
a lot of us do. I'm saying the power of email, especially in times like this, you might be able to get a quicker response.
Right.
I'm just throwing that out there.
No, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Back to you, Brian. Sorry.
Thank you all for hanging around, everybody who did hang around.
Hey.
I'd like to come back in a month, even though we haven't even scheduled the month, or we don't really know what we're going to be talking about.
But we will post it, right?
Yes, we will be posting it, and I'm sure the CRN will be putting out the promotional email on our behalf as well.
Yes.
But we're all kind of here to support all of you guys, even though I know we're all kind of in the same age group, roughly. So feel free to contact any of us through the links that they have on the ALAB people. I think most of us are still a part of it. I mean, especially us three, Brian, Eddie, and Karen.
Sounds good.
Yep.
Sounds good. I'm gonna go, guys. Bye.
Thank you
Bye.
very much.
Thank you for coming.
Goodbye,
Yep.
all.
Thanks a lot. Take it easy.
Yep.